Hello and welcome back to Oliver Clatworthy Music, and in today's video I will be interviewing Ivor from Dog Eat Dog. Now Dog Eat Dog are, as you'll see in a second, he runs the media company Dog Eat Dog, and he's going to be talking. I'm going to be asking him about it and like what's going on. And also, I work for Dog Eat Dog now. I'm a journalist. I've got reviews releasing every Wednesday. They're called Midweek Digs. The first one's already been published. It's a review on Love Idea by Rosie Reynolds. So check that out, please and thank you. On with the video. So I'm now joined by Ivor Dillon, who is the co-founder or sole founder of Dog Eat Dog.
Indeed, yes. It is me, just me.
And
for now.
explain what Dog Eat Dog is all about.
What it's all about? Well, Dog Eat Dog is essentially it's kind of beating heart. It's a promotion events company to kind of celebrate the local scene and eventually beyond as well. It's about bringing musicians, artists alike, visual or audible, together and bringing together a network and kind of making it more collaborative and more visible to people in the scene.
So how did you start? What gave you the idea of forming an events organisation company?
So I started out as events organizer, a lovely little record store / cafe called 12 Bar. I was their events organizer.
Big up 12 Bar, big up Sam Tame.
Woo! Yes, Sam Tame. I eventually left 12 Bar and decided to start my own events company. Minimal time I was there, it inspired me to kind of go in my own direction and start my own thing. With the limited knowledge that I had about it, I kind of learnt a lot from doing that as my little stepping stone, and then stepped away and kind of just took it upon myself to really kind of rein in all these kind of amazing musicians and artists that we have in Exeter and surrounding and within Devon, and bring in this kind of whirlwind of imagination and creativity that we all have down here. We just kind of struggle to making it full time for ourselves, in the sense of it's sometimes it feels like we're a little cut off the circuit, and I think just kind of harnessing these little bits and bringing it all together is the main kind of journey, I think, at this point.
So you've already done 4 events, 3 at Little Drop of Poison, 1 here at Firehouse. Which one's your favourite and why?
My favourite is the second one at Little Drop that I did. It was Half Cut and White Rose.
That was a great.
Second one because it obviously had a little bit of push from the first event, and people really saw at the first one what I was trying to do. At the second one, people kind of trusted it a little bit more. Also, White Rose and Half Cut are both incredible up-and-coming bands, and have really kind of just come from like being campus bands and really making a name for themselves within Exeter at the moment. But the future holds many possibilities, and White Rose have kind of come from doing that gig there to the Firehouse to then supporting Die Twice at Cavern just the week gone, and I think their journey so far has been amazing. It's only been just over a month, if that.
Yeah, and they've been a band less than a year. I think it was a year today they might have formed.
The latest musician to join the band has only been in the band for, again, just a little over 2 months, maybe. I think it's even overshooting a little bit, yeah. Yeah,
the Little Drop was his first gig with them. What was your least favourite event out of 4 events?
The one that didn't happen, but then actually, I had a gig here at Firehouse. I don't really have a least favourite. No, they're all really good. Obviously I'm kind of like tooting my own horn in a way, but no, there's not really one that I disliked in a way.
I think my favourite event has to be the King Louis one.
The one that started it all.
Because it was really, really packed. It was Obvious Events sponsoring it.
Big up Fraser A's.
Big up Fraser. And there was a lot of people involved with that. You had Greg filming Instagram reels, Jake on sound. Everyone was involved.
And an amazing videographer named Colson Rutter as well from Falmouth. I don't think he's from Falmouth exactly. But yeah, again, like everyone there was just kind of really pulling together all this energy, and it had such a cool vibe. That's what we're wanting to continue as well. And we also had Tavis DJ, Funky 45s, his aliases, Funky 45s on Instagram.
So what sort of planning goes into an event? Like, what makes you decide what vibe you want to go for?
To be honest, I don't really prepare any kind of like the like vibe in a way. I just kind of go, right, I want this band, or this band's available, cool. That's how it kind of started out anyway. I think, let's say for like next year, because I'm trying to plan things at the moment. I just need some dates to kind of go along with them. I'm not kind of going like theming them in a certain way. I'm just kind of wanting to pick certain bands, even like polar opposite styles, or that was the idea of getting King Louis and then a vinyl DJ, was just to bring different sides of this kind of world together. So there's not necessarily a huge amount of planning in kind of making a certain aesthetic. I'm sure there will be down the line for future events, but at this point it is just to promote anyone that kind of needs it.
If you could get any band to play at one of your events, what would it be?
What, if money wasn't an issue?
If money wasn't an issue, any band?
It would probably be a band that I saw a good few weeks ago now called Love Breakers. They're Birmingham-based, and I've actually spoken to them about doing something next year, and they're up for that. It's just kind of working out the little bits and bobs. Die Twice, of course. Again, plug in the lighter. Die Twice or Pack of Animals, because they're the most recent bands I've seen live. That was actually the last gig we went to. Yeah, absolutely.
What was the best gig you've been to?
Like ever.
Ever.
It's easily going to be Eden Sessions, 9 Inch Nails. A couple of years ago, went with my stepdad, Ashley Thorpe. Big up Ashley Thorpe. That was amazing. It was you imagine 9 Inch Nails, very kind of industrial, very dingy, very kind of used to be covered in lots of mud at lots of their gigs. Miraculously, it absolutely just poured it down, and and it was just really funny, kind of being at a 9 Inch Nails gig and just being absolutely drenched and pretty much covered in up to my knees in mud. So it's kind of fitting. But also a little rainbow came out, and someone took an amazing photo side on of 9 Inch Nails in this corner, and then this amazing pink and blue sky with this rainbow. It was just couldn't get any more kind of stark opposite, really.
So, where would you see yourself in 5 years' time?
That's very, very difficult question, because I don't know where I'll be next week. Sometimes, it's kind of just winging it a lot of the time at the moment, especially because this is my first time being self-employed. Each day is a new kind of opportunity, and it is in the fact of oh, okay, there we go, I'm going to do that tomorrow instead, and then that's going to push me this way, or that's going to be that fork in the road, so I'll go this way. But ideally, I'd love to turn, as ambitious as it sounds, Dog Eat Dog into an artist kind of management kind of label, potentially down the line, which would be amazing. But that's what kind of in the next 5 years, that's where I'd want to go potentially. Yeah.
So, Dog Eat Dog, it's an event organisation company at the moment. What other things do you have, as you're self-employed, what other things are you working on?
So I've got a few music projects on the go. My dear friend, Sam Cheshire, who I actually met at 12 Bar, it's another kind of opportunity that place gave me. So we're working on a project called The Brief Inquiry, which will be a lot of ambient electronic stuff, so think kind of Boards of Canada, but then going into more kind of IDM, so intelligent dance music, like Aphex Twin, that kind of thing. And that would solely just be a duo, and then during our live shows we'll kind of collaborate with these musicians for to fill in gaps like drumming and guitar sections and any other kind of instrumental sections, which would be really cool. Got a few tracks on the go. We've kind of completed one that we're going to take to a producer at some point in the new year. Blueprint stuff at the moment. I'm also working on putting together a band called Maintain the Mystery, which have actually just put up a post earlier today looking for a bassist and a guitarist. So that'd be really cool. And I've got a drummer at the moment, but I think I'm going to hold off saying who they are for now until things are a bit more concrete. But Maintain the Mystery is going to be a lot of kind of heavily inspired by, I've already mentioned them, like Nine Inch Nails, a lot of industrial kind of alternative rock. Again, who knows, once we start kind of getting into stiff crowd and rehearsing, who knows where things will take us. It might go into a completely different route, but that's kind of the notion going into it anyway.
And that was my interview with Ivor from Dog Eat Dog. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more of this kind of video, and thank you very much for watching.